Hey guys, it's Wayton here. I want to start off this video by saying that this kickoff strategy I'm about to explain to you in this video looks incredibly simple and not even like it's something groundbreaking or special, but you have to trust me in this that once you give it a try, you're going to see just how effective it is and why it works so well. And I'll show some examples of my own on how easy it was to get immediate pressure on any team. I even showed this strat to some friends of mine just before they started a tournament, and they used it on the spot to make a 2-goal comeback with a minute left and win a match to stay in the tournament, so it really doesn't take much practice to learn. But just before I go ahead and explain how it works, I need to let you know about today's sponsor, which is Raycon. Raycon makes wireless earbuds that are top quality at about half the price of other premium brands. I've tried a few different types of wireless earbuds before. One of them just stopped working one day and the others still work, but they aren't as comfortable. But Raycons definitely fit the nicest in my ear out of all the earbuds I've tried, whether I'm listening to music or a podcast or working out or whatever it may be. There's easy controls for them, like you can pause your music or answer a call by just tapping on the side or double tapping on each side to go to the next or previous song. It's a way smaller charging case, so it doesn't feel weird in my pocket at all, and they have plenty of colors to choose from. Their everyday E25s are their best model yet, with 6 hours of playtime, seamless pairing, and more bass. Usually with earbuds this small and low price, you'd find a lack of bass or sound quality, but Raycons actually sound just as good, if not better, than any other earbuds I've used. If you're also interested in getting some of these, you can get them 15% off by clicking the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/Wayton. Okay, let me first explain how this strategy works. It's pretty simple. So it's a 3v3 strategy, and I'll just explain what my team normally does in each situation. So first off, I'll explain it from this position where there's 2 guys near the back middle and 1 guy in one of the diagonal positions. We'll just say this one for this example. What we do is obviously have this guy go for the kickoff, and we have 1 guy go for this corner boost and 1 guy cheat up. Pretty normal so far, but here's where it might get different for some of you watching this. Now, normally before we found this strategy, we would have this guy go for the corner boost and turn up field, and then this guy cheat up. That's what we would do originally. The reason for this is because it's way easier to think, oh yeah, this guy's closer to the left, so he's gonna go for that corner boost. You know, it's just easy to think of it like that. However, this guy here not only is closer to this corner boost, but he's also closer to the cheat up. So he has an advantage in both going for the corner boost and going for the cheat up. But you can already tell now by the positioning that he has way more of an advantage for going for the cheat up than he does for the corner boost. So we instead have this guy cheat up and this guy go for the corner boost. The guy going for the kickoff is trying to send it back to this guy who's going for the corner boost. So basically if he sends the ball anywhere in this range, then it's basically perfect. So if that happens, then this guy is going to get possession since he just went for the corner boost and turned up field. So it's perfect. You already get possession. But if that doesn't happen, that's likely because the guy on the other team is trying to do the same thing. He's also trying to send it back in that general area to his teammate. When both players are trying to send it back to their corner on their side, a lot of the time what happens is the ball just ends up staying right near the middle here. It's like they're canceling each other out, you know? They're mirroring each other, so the ball's not really going to go anywhere. In that case, it's still perfect because we have this guy cheating up already, so he's going to be ready for anything basically in this zone. But you may be thinking now that that's a really common strategy, and there's a good chance that the other team will be doing that same strategy too, in which it'll just be a stalemate, so you don't get any advantage off of it. But that's where my little extra tips come in for each individual player to make sure that each player is doing exactly the correct thing to give your team the best advantage possible. So pretty much this guy has to flip in a very particular way to make sure he's as close as possible while still saving a good amount of boost. This guy is getting to this corner boost and turning up field as fast as possible. And this guy is going to the ball in a particular way to make sure it doesn't fly off in this area. So I'll go ahead and explain those extra tips right now. So for this guy who's going for the boost in the back corner, the fastest way to do this is by using all of your boost as early as possible and then front flipping or side flipping towards that boost. So you can see here what I end up doing is I grab this mini pad in front of me as I'm turning towards the boost. I'm using all of my boost as early as possible, and then I side flip towards this, and then I immediately go back on ball cam. That's one of the most important parts. You have to make sure you're back on ball cam before the kickoff actually happens, before the 50-50 happens. So the 2 main things for this guy is use all of your boost immediately and flip towards the pad, and then also make sure you're on ball cam before the 50-50 happens. So you see here, I go on car cam to line myself up with that corner boost, then I go back on ball cam as soon as I'm done aligning myself. As for the guy who's going for the kickoff, basically his goal is to make sure that the ball doesn't go somewhere over on this side. He's trying to keep it anywhere on this side or somewhere staying in the middle. And there's plenty of different ways for him to do this. He could just diagonal flip as he does here and then side flip into the ball, and you can see that worked perfectly in this situation. But you could also like do some sort of front flip into the ball here, or like where you hit it with your nose. There's a bunch of different ways to do this. Just experiment around with it and make sure that you have it down consistently where it's going to go to that back side that you're coming from. So pretty much just do whatever you can to keep it from going in this direction. And for the guy cheating up, his is actually the most important by far, even more important than the guy doing the kickoff. The thing is, being just a tiny bit closer to the ball, so if our guy's right here and the opponent's player is right here, that can put you at a huge advantage for the secondary follow-up. And you'll see why in the example when I show what actually happens in this play. So what he should do here is actually not boost for the first split second. So you see he starts driving towards that mini pad right there, and then he doesn't use his boost instantly. Instead, he waits a split second before using boost, and then uses about 12 boost to basically make his front flip as powerful as possible. And it doesn't have to be a front flip, it could also be like a diagonal flip or something. So he uses about 12 boost during his flip, and then basically regains that 12 boost from that mini pad he just went over. So now he's back up to around 33, give or take. And you can see by the time he lands and the 50-50 is happening in the middle, he is way closer to the ball than the opponent is. So if the ball were to theoretically stay somewhere in this zone in the middle, he has such a big advantage compared to this guy who's way back here. He would definitely be the first person to this ball, and this guy pretty much wouldn't even be a threat because he's so far back that it would be easy to like take it around him, and then it'd just be like a 1v1 between this guy and the guy on their team who's back in net. And just the straight up most efficient way to do this is by flipping and boosting in this particular way. So you don't boost for the split second at the start, and then you use 12 boost during your flip, you regain that 12 from that mini pad, and now you're right about here, and you have 34 boosts to work with. Actually, it's actually 46 boosts because he collects that mini pad in front of him there. So what ends up happening in this play is the guy doing the kickoff ends up doing his job. He sends it back to the guy going for the corner boost. And I take this up the wall, and I call out that I'm doing like a solo play or a flip reset or something. Now, normally that would be a really selfish move, but because this is a higher level, I can get away with it. The fact that my teammate who just cheated up is up here makes him a passing option. So even though I don't end up passing it to him here, it's still super effective that he's in this position because these guys on defense don't know what I'm gonna do, so they have to try and be ready for a passing play or a solo play. So as I mentioned, I called out like solo play or flip reset or something, so he immediately took that as, okay, he's not gonna pass it to me, I'm gonna go for some sort of bumper demo. So he does that, and that just makes it way easier for me to get the flip reset and score it. And you can even see from this guy's perspective, he's watching this guy on the left side of his screen. He sees that he's going for a bump on him, so he's like, okay, I have to either jump for this now, or if I stay here, I'm just gonna die. So he decides to jump up for it, and that's the reason why he wasn't able to make the save. Okay, now I'm gonna explain the strategy we use when there's one person in each diagonal position, and then the last guy is somewhere in this area. So pretty much everyone knows about the left goes rule, especially at the higher level. It's basically just if there's two people that are equal distance from the kickoff, the person on the left has priority to go for it. So pretty much it would just be these two guys going for the kickoff. But instead what we do is we have the right man go for the kickoff in this one, and he's basically just trying to power it through to the opponent's half. It's actually surprisingly really easy to just force it through to the opponent's half if you're the right man. I'll throw some clips on screen now. Basically, you just slightly alter the way you do your kickoff, and then it's just really easy to force it through. The guy on the left side actually goes for this back corner boost and then turns upfield, but he has to make sure that he's half flipping. If you don't know how to half flip, then there's plenty of tutorials out there. It's really not that hard to do. And the guy in the back just cheats up as he would normally on the previous play, where he uses 12 boosts during his flip and then just drives. The whole idea of this play is to have the right man power it through to the opponent's half, and then have this guy cheating up follow up wherever the ball ends up going. It's usually pretty unpredictable where the ball's going to go on their half, like it could go over to the right or to the left or just like straight down the middle or something, but no matter where it goes, this guy cheating up is supposed to go for it. The idea for the guy cheating up is basically just to cause as much chaos and clutter on their defense as possible, because they're already going to be caught off guard by the fact that the ball just powered through to their half, and if there's a guy immediately following up, it's going to make it even more likely that they're going to make a mistake. So we usually have the right man go for it the first 2 times in a game, but in the third time we usually switch it back to the left man because by the third time around they're probably going to be expecting it. So if we have the left man go instead, it could throw them off even more. The main thing that I love about this one is the fact that this guy is going for the ball with a very specific plan to like try and send it back to one of his teammates or try and kill the ball or something, but whatever his plan is, it's dependent on the assumption that the guy on the left on our team is going to go for the ball. So if we instead have the guy on the right go for it, that basically just throws in the trash whatever plan the other team had. So now I'll just show you what ended up happening in this play. This is actually immediately after the previous example that I just showed. So we have the right man go for it, and he easily powers it through to the opponent's half. And I was the guy cheating up on this play, so I cheated up in the same way as before, and I immediately put pressure on wherever the ball goes. So my job here is not necessarily to try and dunk this guy, but it's to at least make him send away possession or do something with the ball. If he doesn't do anything with the ball and he just like tries to catch it or something, then yeah, I can go ahead and try and dunk him or shoot it. But my main job here is to make him send away possession. So that's what he ends up doing, and I immediately lock on that last defender in net. Because if I can get a bump or a demo on this guy, then it is totally wide open for my team. So I know this hunted guy just sent away possession to one of my teammates who's right here. So he basically has a shot now, but there's going to be one defender in net. So the only further way I can help is by going to demo that defender. And then the net is just going to be completely wide open. So that's exactly what I do. I make him send away possession, and then I go for the demo, and it's a wide open net. With this strategy, things just tend to work out with positioning and rotation and everything, so I definitely recommend this one. So yeah, I wanted to make this video to show you guys how crazy well a simple, solid kickoff strategy could work. I actually found this strategy at first when I was looking through pro replays, and I noticed that almost all the players cheat up in the exact same way every time, and they don't really follow the left man goes rule either. When me and my friends first started using this strategy, we went up like 100 MMR in a couple days, which is pretty much a full rank, so I'm curious to see how much it would help at a lower level. I also made a video earlier about some crazier, more unique kickoff strats, so if you want to check that out, feel free, it'll be in the end card here shortly. And finally, let me know if you like this style of video. It's a little different, but I'm curious if you like it. If you do, then you would probably enjoy a coaching session with me, so if you want me to coach you personally, there's a link in the description to my coaching pages. I do one-on-one coaching, team coaching, and recorded replay analysis. Other than that, don't forget to subscribe, help me reach that 100K milestone, and I'll see you later.